Oh, crap.
Hey,
Good
everybody.
morning.
I mean, we're here. We're ready. We totally got
good
this.
morning.
We're here. It doesn't matter.
We're here. I'm trying to do things.
Morning somewhere, right?
It is morning somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That is always
here.
true, right?
It's 5 o'clock here. Turns out it's 5 o'clock right now. Oh, my goodness. It's been a day. How are you doing?
It has been a day. Oh, my God. Thank you, everybody that's been throwing some great support to my beautiful sister, who is going through the gamut right now. She's at Baptist South. She's still there. We thought she was going to be discharged yesterday. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of like, she's stable, like she's totally coherent, and she sounds so much better. But I feel like we're getting to the gist of this crazy thing called thyroid, and it's a whole nother language for us. She's been on thyroid medication for years, but this is just a whole nother level of understanding about how the body can attack your thyroid.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of something like
Well, and how your thyroid can go haywire. So my doctor had suspected that I might have a thyroid issue.
Really?
When my health was going down the tubes, turned out I was just bleeding out and had anemia.
Oh, so you
that
had
was a different set of things.
like the gamut of like, it's not this one. It's like it's really, they go down a checklist.
We did like a huge blood panel to figure out if there was something wrong with my thyroid. And she called me in immediately when she got the results. And she was like, you need to go to the hospital right now.
This is exactly what happened to Shannon.
Yeah.
So seriously, it was pretty like, okay, so they went camping in South Carolina, and this is all public knowledge, so it's fine. It's all over Facebook, so we're fine. People are like, please don't tell your sister to sell stuff. No, she's fine. She's an amazing lady. So they went camping South Carolina right before New Year's.
Okay.
And they were gonna go celebrate the holiday there. And right when they got to the campsite, she just felt like something wasn't right. Yeah, off. So he took her to urgent care, and they did some tests or whatever, and they found that her sodium levels were super low.
Okay.
But this is weird because the medication that she needed to get the sodium levels high, they didn't have that medication, and they were still saying the hurricane or whatever, you know what I mean? Like over in Asheville, like in that area, like they were still saying like they don't have all of the supplies to be able to treat.
Because of the hurricane.
That's crazy for how long that's taken. I had no idea.
4 months?
Right? You would think they would restock, reshelf, research. I don't know,
that's
whatever.
Wild.
So long story short, I mean, Scott, Shannon, and Tay, they got in the truck and they drove all the way back here and did
drinking salt water the whole way.
I know, for sure, like trying to keep her on ice.
That's what it was.
Literally.
She was further away from the beach.
Right. We just need to keep her with the sulfur air. Anyway, long story short, they took her by ambulance 2:30 a.m. to Baptist South. They've been amazing at Baptist. Amazing care. And they're really getting to the bottom of it, and I love that. And I want her to be okay, because my sister is very different than me. Like, I'm a very outgoing, outspoken, very lively human being, and my sister is like my father, reserved, strong, quiet, you know, like, and that's why I love her so much, because she wouldn't be the first to complain, where I'd be like, it's too cold. Like, my sister is the first one to be like, no, we're gonna have a great time. So long story short, I've been playing Mr. Mom. Making sure, and shout out to Gina Diesel, who has honestly helped me so much. And I took her to cheer camp on Sunday.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
Oh my goodness. It was, I
feel like it was your element.
I really was in my moment. Like, it was awesome to like have people like, and like the ladies that they were there, like the moms that were there, they were like hardcore moms. And like, so Paisley Fodor from the Bailey group was there. Awesome. And like there, and so many people giving me advice. So you drop the kid off at cheer camp. This was at Anastasia Baptist. Cool. So you drop the kid off, and they frolic into the gym, and Paisley turns to me and she goes, you have an hour and a half to go to Publix, and then you have to be back here at 4 o'clock. Don't miss the showcase. I'm like, oh goodness. So then, there's no Publix on the island, so I had to go to 312. That was a hot mess. I had to get the Publix done, get the mac and cheese. I had the whole list to make sure I get everything right. I'm nailing it, you guys. I'm nailing this. I'm making this work.
Doing it.
I'm coming in like Troy Blevins.
You know what you need to watch? You need to watch Mr. Mom, and you need to watch Multiplicity.
Oh, Multiplicity would be great. That would be a good one. Yes.
Touch my peppy, Steve.
I love it.
Such a fun movie.
I need to see Mr. Mom again.
Yeah.
Because I totally feel
you're living
that vibe. I'm living it, and I'm okay.
You've gone from fun uncle to like business uncle.
Well, It's still a lot of fun. I mean, fun is just me. Like, if I go business, then it's going to be, I'm too hot-headed. No.
Yeah.
And that girl, she literally looks me in the eyes and be like, Uncle Dave, can we go see Wicked again? Yep, we're going. Yes.
We're going right now.
Oh, it's only in Spanish this time. I'll take her.
You can translate.
Totally.
Close enough.
So fun. Oh, but how have you been, Boo? I miss you like crazy.
I miss you too. I mean, I've been texting you on your vacation because I'm like, I can't go without Davey for this long. Been good, except for like the accident. I think you heard a little bit.
Yes. I was there. Well, I was in San Pancho when you texted me at the moment.
So Van is at the collision center to figure out if she lives or if she dies. We'll get
Which is a kind of a spicy moment with you because Van was almost.
I don't love the Van. The Van's an issue.
Right.
Kagan Honda, not my favorite.
Good.
And so
let's get you in a Beaux-Arts for.
That's what Mike said. He called me as soon as he found out what happened, and he's like, "So when are we going to Beaux-Arts?"
Oh my God, I have everybody. I have the person to talk to. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
So she's at the collision center, Vanessa. Vanessa's getting checked out, and they're gonna figure out if she's totaled or not. She's 12-year-old Van.
Yeah,
12-year-old
and like
Van.
paint issues. I remember that was always the
It was one of the vans in the recall, the defective paint period for Honda, and so there's paint just falling off of the van.
Did you feel sore? Did you have whiplash?
Yes. So I was sore for days. Had a headache for a few days. Did trivia. Did terrible. You watched Thursday's show.
I thought you did fine.
Terrible.
No, you got like one question right.
Yes.
That's normally my average. That's normally my average, everybody.
So I won the last trivia show of 2024, and then I got on the board in 2025.
At least you're on the board. I mean, I did good that night, I think I actually.
You did awesome.
I think I was in there in the running.
You did really well.
Everyone thought I was cheating. I can't cheat. I can't because if you leave the show, then you lose the. Yeah, no, you have to say no.
Well, so some people like to look over Mike's paper and
is that what that person did? I don't want to say the name.
Yes.
Oh,
so Mike,
I was wondering how he was doing it for all this year. Yeah.
So for a while he was in there, and then we were like, no, you got to come in here because we want to see your access to devices.
He kept winning for a long time.
Because it was like undefeated, and then he finally started like telling people, "Well, I'm not going to lose to my dad." So he was definitely cheating. So he fessed up to that when he was in there.
Okay.
And then I would catch him because Mike's got his printouts and he'll be like, "Okay, Troy and Amanda," and he's holding it like this, and Blake's and just like
Uzbekistan is right there on the paper.
So I need to figure out how to do picture-in-picture on this keypad. I know how to do it in there, but I need to figure out picture-in-picture right here and just keep Blake on the screen
a lot of buttons.
so that we can watch his eyes.
Yeah.
Because he immediately cuts his eyes to that paper anytime it moves.
Oh my goodness.
So
God bless Blake.
Anyway,
though.
we're
doing
well.
They got a new puppy.
They did?
Yes, they got a puppy over the holiday time. So Troy's really going through it. Her name is Chili. Yeah. It's a blue heeler mix of some sort. I forget the other half of the dog. But yeah, I have yet to meet Miss Chili. I'm excited. I'm gonna make her some dog treats.
That's very fun.
Yeah, make a basket. That'll be super fun. Yeah.
My dog
excited.
loves those
a new baby in the family, which is always good.
That is sweet.
Yes. So he's going through it, but I don't wish a puppy on anybody. I do not.
I don't know. I adopt old dogs.
That's nice.
That nobody else is gonna adopt.
That's nice.
Because like my family handles them passing. So my husband tells people we're the Great Dane Hospice of St. Johns County.
Okay. Yeah, you really are. Like
we adopt older, typically Great Danes. We typically go for black animals to adopt because they're the last ones to be adopted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because especially big dogs, like black big dogs.
I know
scary.
big dogs, yeah.
And so like nobody adopts them. And then we have a black cat also because she was 8 years old and like no one's gonna adopt an 8-year-old cat. So we did.
Tell you what.
We're the island of misfit toys.
Miss Gucci. She talk about misfit toys. Miss Gucci. She was. Okay, so I was gone for quite a bit. I was gone for 13 days. And so she made it through day 10.
Before her freak flag came out.
I'm like, really, child? You made it almost to be perfect. And everything was at super chill. I kept getting the text, "Oh, girls are super chill." I'm like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's
your energy.
They're only like, wow, because I'm like that. So maybe Then finally, yes, I guess it rained a lot while I was gone.
Yeah.
And she decided to dig a hole underneath the fence gate and shimmy the body under the gate. And then she would gallivant around the neighborhood. And she decided to pick some fights, it's just Gucci, being Gucci.
Well, everything's Gucci.
I know, God bless. So I came back home to this like it looked like, like hoarders where they have like so many things like stockpiled around the fence. So it had a wheelbarrow, had shovels in the ground. Like there was no way this dog was going to get out.
The whole deal.
But I cannot be mad at this dog. I can get mad at dogs, but like this one, there's something about her that she just looks at me and the ears are so floppy and the eyes, and she does the neck thing, like when you talk to her and like she's listening.
That'll get you.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That'll get you.
But let's make some money.
We should probably do that. You, me, you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Go to you.
Yeah, because I have to find the right Emma Reed, and I can do that while you're talking.
It's in your email.
Oh, groovy. So let's talk about Epic Behavioral Healthcare. What an amazing organization, first and foremost. For over 50 years, Epic has been the beacon of hope of our community, providing compassionate care for those touched by substance use or mental health disorders. Whether you're a kid, teen, adult, couple, or family, Epic is here to lend a helping hand. With a range of programs tailored to meet diverse needs, Epic offers accessible solutions for everybody. So their walk-in access center to their mobile response team, from inpatient detoxification to outpatient counseling, Epic provides comprehensive care every single step of the way. Their services include psychiatric evaluations, medication management, medication-assisted treatment, care coordination, peer support, suicide prevention training, parenting education, and so much more. Honestly, this is one of the most incredible nonprofits we have in town. So many communities out there don't have anything like Epic Behavioral Healthcare. That's why it makes our community so special.
Yeah.
Check them out at epicbehavioralhealthcare.org.
Absolutely. And we have A to Z. They offer free estimates and have been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years in the construction industry. A to Z offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. They do shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. They install tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com or head on down there and have a Jiffy Burger at Ford's Garage.
Don't you just love the Jiffy Burger?
It'll keep you warm.
Hey guys, a big update, and I know you guys have been talking about it, is the Emma concert series. Yep. The Czech Philharmonic performance is no longer, but I'm really excited to tell you guys that the Jacksonville Symphony will replace this performance, which I'm actually super excited about because I've only heard awesome things about the Jacksonville Symphony. So yeah, they've been working on this for over 75 years. So this is an amazing, epic moment. Check it out. Go to EmmaConcertAssociation.com. That Emma is amazing because when you buy a ticket to any one of these incredible concerts, it's a wonderful date night experience. It's super like romantic and great vibe, and it's super peaceful and chill. But every single concert ticket goes towards giving musicians over at Flagler College an opportunity to shine and have a stage to shine on. So I love that. Check them out. We love Emma concerts. We love Renee Unsworth. We love Totally St. Augustine. And we love this incredible show.
We do. It's so much fun talking. Oh, I got to ask. So I've got a rental car, right?
Okay, tell me. What do you have?
I have a Chrysler Pacifica minivan.
Do you like it?
So that story is funny, but yes, I do like it. The only thing that I don't like about it, though, and maybe it's because I'm old and I don't like change, is I don't like the push button start cars. I like a key.
I have a push button start car.
I don't like the push button start. It feels like a toy. I feel like I'm gonna go in the wrong it feels wrong.
I was like that in the beginning, and then it kind of grew on me. Once you learn the like when you shut the door, if you touch the door handle, does it lock?
No, it's not that fancy.
Well, I'm sure it is.
I don't know.
There's so many bells and whistles to cars.
I know.
Okay,
so that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Like, this isn't even. So my minivan is like everything's power, heated seats.
Yeah.
And that was like really, it's the higher end Honda Odyssey of 2013.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But when it was purchased in 2012, because model years. But like, what was the higher end in 2012, 2013 is like not that great when you're talking about a 2023, 2024 minivan. So it doesn't have power seats for all of the front seats. Like I had to manually like pull the bar and move the passenger seat. So I was like, oh, maybe this isn't a higher level than my minivan. It's just newer, and newer cars are cooler. It has a heated steering wheel.
That's
This
nice.
is the perfect week for me to have a steering wheel.
That is, I mean, you don't really gonna need it a lot in Florida, right? Like, but that's a nice feature.
I got in the car and
Does it have a cooling steering wheel?
Well, you can set the temperature on it.
Okay.
You can set the temperature on the seats and the steering wheel. So it can go warm, it can go cool.
Yeah.
So I haven't played with the cool one, obviously, but it's like.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty sweet.
Do they have like the TVs and the headsets for the children in the back?
I didn't even look because that's not my problem.
That's not my department.
We had a budget. Our insurance had a budget for a rental car, right? And you get it for 30 days unless they total your car, and then they take it back 3 days after your car is totaled.
I'm
which
really
seems
glad
like
you have this though. That's
yes,
great because that's an option you have to add on.
So because of the limited budget of our insurance, I was gonna get like a 2-door, 4-door sedan, right? So I go in and they just barely had a vehicle for me. Someone literally had just turned it in right before I walked in, and that's the only reason they had anything to offer me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get this Camry. They just have to clean it up. So I'm waiting in the lobby. So now a whole herd of people come in. So there's 2 different couples walk in. The older couple, they want a CRV. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna wait until the CRV comes in, even if it's like at the end of business. Cool. So they're fine. They're chilling. Well, a woman walks in who requested an SUV, and he's like, I don't have an SUV right now. You've got to come back 3:30 or 4, and maybe I'll have an SUV then. And I was like, I don't know if this helps, but if you'd rather have a Camry, then you can have that. Because he's like, all I've got is a minivan. You want a minivan? And she's like, I don't want a minivan. And I was like, if you want the Camry, I'll take the minivan as long as it meets my insurance budget. And he was like, okay, well, I don't know if she's going to want a Camry instead of an SUV. This was Enterprise.
Oh, Enterprise. Okay.
And so ultimately she goes out, she looks at the Camry, she decides the Camry will suit her just fine, and she'd rather have that than the minivan. And so he's like, wow. I'll check with my manager if you're willing to switch the Camry for the minivan. The manager's like, if she'll do it and it makes everybody happy, then we'll give her the price that she needs.
Amazing.
So I get this like way upgraded car.
So there's a little blessing there.
So I actually got a vehicle that fits my family.
Right.
And fits my needs.
So I've got to ask you, God works in mysterious ways, right? Mm-hmm. So you get into this accident and you're probably cussing up to tarnation and like, oh my God, woe is me in my life. This actually sucks at the timing and blah, 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 blah. But like, do you see a silver line? Do you see God's blessing? Do you see anything here that's like, okay?
At this point, I've just given it up to God.
Okay.
Because when it immediately happened, I'm like, we're like 2 months away from paying off
That's
this
exactly
thing.
what I was getting at. I didn't know if you told people yet, but I was like, oh my
we
God,
were
I know
2
you
months
were so
away
close to paying that off.
From paying it off. And like, we have this whole plan to like get out of debt faster have less of a burden on our finances with paying off debts.
Celebration.
And so we were super excited to be without a car payment. So like my guts just twisted because I'm like, dude,
I know.
I can't do another car payment. And it's a 12-year-old vehicle. We had two 12-year-old vehicles that had an accident back to back, one in 2020, one in 2021. And we're like, well, it can be fixed, right? It's not that bad. One of them wasn't drivable. We knew that was going to get totaled. The other one was drivable. And we're like, they're going to fix it. I mean,
and they totaled it.
They totaled it because if the repairs come up to more than half the value of the vehicle, then it's totaled.
Yeah.
And so I just don't know. And the adjuster that I've spoken with, he's like, looking at the pictures, I'm kind of 50-50 as to whether they're going to total this.
And they still haven't made a decision?
So it's at the collision center now. He said it would take a day for him to write it up, and it would take a day for them to process it. So the decision probably won't be before Thursday.
What are you feeling in your gut? You think you're going to total it?
I don't know.
They seem so willy-nilly on totaling. So.
I know. I don't even want to think one way or the other. But it's like
to me, I think, ooh, exciting, new car. Bee! You're going to have a car payment anyway. I don't care.
And a part of me is like, I would love to get, like, I've had so many issues with this minivan that even though I want it to last for at least 3 or 4 more years so we can pay down our going back to school debt and all of the debt that we incurred during the times we don't speak about when work was limited. But
according to Zuckerberg, you can talk freely. And we actually said the word BOMB today, and and we didn't get dinged. I'm not doing it now, but I'm still trained.
So during COVID time, my husband was a restaurant worker, and he got, furloughed for periods of time. And then he was going to school and working, and that was a whole thing. And then there was limitations on the amount he could work when he was in clinicals so that he didn't, cross-contaminate, crossing the streams.
God bless, I know,
and so, it was a whole thing. So there was a lot of debt that incurred in 2020, 2021, 2022, as we were getting our lives on track from him changing jobs, buying a new house. And in the midst of all of that, we had 2 cars totaled for no fault of us. We had nothing to do with it. A deer ran out in front of my husband, and then a chick ran a red light and T-boned my husband.
Oh, he was both accidents?
It was both him, and it was both within 3 days of his birthday.
A deer?
Yeah.
I'd sue the family.
Because he was driving back from Palm Coast where he worked in the middle of the night. And so US 1, there's all those deer. It's crazy.
They could do deer mitigation down there. Yeah.
More people need to hunt. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, Barbara Jean. But we had 2 years in a row on his birthday week.
Oh my God.
He got in an accident that totaled vehicles. And so when we bought the house and we decided for him to go back to college, we were like, okay, well, we've got vehicles that we ought to be able to get at least 5 years out of. Yeah. They were in good shape. They were low cost maintenance, and they were paid off. So we're like, we're good. We can do that. We can take on the debt of going back to college and the work we have to do on the new house, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately had to replace 2 vehicles. And we're like, great.
Thanks, God. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Message. Yeah.
We can totally do that. Credit cards are a thing. All right.
I know, right? Tell them we have till 2 payments.
I know. But the thing that happens is with your insurance, you get 30 days on a rental car if they're fixing it. You get up to 30 days.
Okay.
But if they decide to total it, you have 3 days to figure out a vehicle situation, and your rental car's gone.
Oh, and your rental car is gone?
You only have 3.
Unless the dealership can.
When they total it, you've got 3 days after they total it to replace your vehicle.
That's a hot mess.
Yeah. So that's why we ended up with that van.
You can't petition for 7?
Yeah, nothing.
That's ridiculous.
That's the end. If they total it, you have 3 days to turn that rental back in. And so that's why we ended up with that van, because my husband was going to college up in Jacksonville and he was working down on Palm Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So one vehicle was gone and I was home with 3 kids, running a business, and I had 2 or 3 jobs at the time. So it's I can't not have a vehicle. So that's how we ended up with that van that was a lemon that Honda totally took advantage of us being desperate on.
Never trust.
Karma.
Never trust.
Karma.
I have a question, though. Since everyone is falling in love with Elon, also known as lesbian women's deodorant.
Do you think he will give me a new van?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, are you, I know, I don't know, the price point astronomical, but would you ever think about an electric car? Would you ever enter the round? No, see,
no.
Okay, no.
Well, so not as my primary.
Okay.
If I had the finances to have
have you been
around town?
I don't think I have.
My daughter and my mom have taken a ride in a Cybertruck.
What's that
and they said it was super fun. It was really cool inside.
Only the cool kids from 904 now got to go in the Cybertruck, not me. I had to stand there and film it for them.
I have a high school friend. He actually, the house that we hosted my brother's baby shower when I left in the summer for that. It was his house that we had the baby shower in. Beautiful house. And so while I was setting up with his wife and the wife of our other high school friend, the boys took my mom and my daughter in the Cybertruck.
Wow. What was it? What was the feedback? Did they love it? I heard it's awesome inside.
Yeah.
Like I heard it's like
so
a super
fun inside.
cool
He
experience.
wrapped his so it doesn't have that like
silver chromy.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you wrap it with? Like matte black?
It's like a matte white, actually.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So
that's really
it takes you a second to realize that it's not the silver.
It's very Florida.
And then when you realize, oh, it's pretty cool. And with the lights on and everything, it looks pretty sweet.
I heard lights are pretty dope and something.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
So yeah, he loves it and he loves taking people for a ride in it. And he's got like a stretch of road where he can do the like 0 to 60 in a half a second.
That's a moment.
And so he made my mom scream, and that's his favorite thing.
Yes, God.
My mom's easy to scare in a car. I'll just put that out there.
So I'm going to tell you what they do in my neighborhood when they can't afford a new car. We go riding lawnmower. Like, is Louis like going to maybe do that? Would that be a good option for him?
That would be for me.
Oh, it would be yours.
He's in sales and he works in his car a lot.
Okay.
Because he's always on the road.
I'm just saying he gives you the car and he could do the riding lawnmower, but that would be not efficient. I see that now.
So I would be the one on the ride on lawnmower. So, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
So we'll see. I mean, it'll be what it'll be. And like I said, we had to replace 2 cars in 2 years. So if we don't get out from under one car payment this year, we'll be out from underneath the other car payment next year.
Do you still have a bunch of belongings in your car?
Some.
Yeah.
It's not a ton.
Nothing like, okay.
But it's at the collision center. If they total it, then I get to go and say goodbye to the old girl. And then they'll take possession of it. What sucks though is that I just put brand new tires on the thing.
Take them off.
Well, that's what I was like. Can I
have them? I'm gonna wear as a necklace.
Is there any way we could swap out those tires for
100%.
some
I feel like it's a valid
tire?
question. You're not trying to be cheap. You're trying to like figure that out.
I just had to replace a tire yesterday. It's not on tires.
Absolutely. If you can fit a nickel or a quarter in between, like you need those.
I think it's a penny upside down, and if you see a part of Lincoln, then you got to replace.
What a mess.
It's $1,300 right before Christmas to replace those tires, and I didn't even get a month out of them.
Oh, look, Lady Kelso in comments. She said that she had an electric car for less than 24 hours and bought that thing back so fast.
Well, that's the thing.
That thing back.
If I had like tons of money and I could just have an electric car for my run around town, then I would do that.
I'm going to tell you, my bougie gays, they love it. They're all like, oh, there's another Tesla in Mexico. And it's I'm like, good for you. Drive through Dubai. How do they find this money?
They're not mad at Elon. They're fine with Teslas.
Yeah, they're fine with it because they're all in the market.
Yeah.
That's how everyone is being able to pay for this Ozempic that they're all buying. Oh my God. Let's go on that topic. I hinted a little bit about this on the morning show.
With Ozempic.
Girl, it is a thing in my community. Okay, so they're going down to Mex and they're buying the pills of Ozempic, $1,800 for a 6-month supply. Can you imagine?
$1,800.
I'm telling you, sure you lose the weight.
So $300 a month.
Yeah, can you imagine? I don't have that kind of money. Like that's crazy money to me. I think so.
That's crazy.
I mean, people will do that to lose that weight.
There's cancer risks with it.
There's no idea. There's no stop. Like there's no like end game.
My son was hospitalized as a baby because he had gastroparesis. It's something that isn't terribly uncommon with kids. He grew out of it. He's fine.
Okay.
But he was in the hospital for a week with gastroparesis. And what that is like your stomach doesn't know what to do. And so you'll just eat and eat and eat and your stomach won't empty. So
that's
Ozempic is causing gastroparesis in adults because like the whole idea is that you don't digest quickly. So you don't eat as much.
Yeah.
But my son felt terrible.
That I believe.
Because like the food just ferments in your stomach.
Oh my God.
And so you just feel terrible.
I can't with this.
And why would you do this yourself? Don't do that.
I can't with this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you real quick. So I haven't seen one of my friends in like, 13 years. Mm-hmm. And he was a figure skater. So like well built, like, always with the Botox and the fillers, which that's kind of like a given in that community. But
I just thought they skated really fast.
Right, exactly. So streamlined.
Yeah.
But I saw him for the first time and I was like, ooh, like I couldn't even it. Like the face was so sunken in. Like I know that there are people out there that are, I gotta say this clearly.
Botox will do that to you too.
What? The
They're
sunken in face?
Yeah.
So I have heard that too.
Yeah.
But the Ozempic is really, you really kind of have this like weight. Well, there's like no collagen, no plumpness. There's nothing. You really are like a sheet in the wind. Like, you fart and everything kind of,
it's
flaps.
A medicated induced eating disorder.
Wow.
It really is.
Unbelievable. The addiction out there with this though.
It's
crazy. It was like a conveyor. There was a line at the Farmacia for just Ozempic people that were going to buy that. And then the other people that were getting like cold and cough and flu and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh my gosh.
And I know people
were getting on me,
that are on it.
Yeah, there are people that actually benefit and need it. Diabetes, I know
the people that it was designed for.
Right, not just for some cosmetic procedure. And like they were, I think I told you before the trip, they were doing semaglutide and they were like making it in their kitchens, and it was like,
that's crazy.
This is insane. I like to do the work. Like I actually like to work hard to like be able to have a fit body. Like I like that.
Yeah.
That's the reward. I
mean, I'm kind of iffy on it, but still. I'm very like, don't give me extra chemicals.
I get it. Yeah.
I fought against going on rheumatoid arthritis medication
I am
for
the same
years.
way with high blood pressure, and that runs in my family. I don't want the extra. I'm so afraid of getting into the whole gamut of chemicals and
side
all
effects
of that.
and
it just
all of that
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's scary.
That was a big eye opener. I was like, when I saw the line, and I was just like, wow. And this is what I'm supposed to swoon about. Like, boy, like.
Really rather not.
Yeah, really rather not. I went and had 2 more margaritas, and I was just like, I'm going to chill at the bar.
I'm going to eat some cookies and have some margaritas.
I had a great time.
Right?
They couldn't finish their meal. Give it to me. I got you.
Take care of that. Oh, my goodness. So we go to an all-inclusive in Mexico.
Tell me.
That my dad
Cancun,
found.
Riviera Maya, what are you doing?
They're kind of scattered along both coasts of Mexico. We've mostly spent not on the strip of Cancun, but just south of Cancun. But they're palace resorts.
My sister got married. Oh, yeah. I know.
Palace resorts.
Very nice.
Fantastic. They do meringue cookies like you would not believe.
Oh, wow.
And so my kids became addicted to meringue cookies.
Nice.
At Palace Resort.
It's wonderful.
It's
a lighter cookie.
Yeah. I mean, there's protein in it.
Absolutely. See?
It's kind of the least bad cookie to be addicted to be honest. But they learned how to make them.
Yeah.
And so now they'll just be like, we don't have any cookies. And they'll make meringue cookies. It's great.
My favorite spot, because food was obviously a part of this trip.
Okay.
I had some Debbie Downer moments with some food out there, to be honest with you. I know, it was like really, because the times before.
Was it an all-inclusive?
No.
Okay.
This is like a town. Like it's an amazing like little city. And it's like the only little city. There's like 2 gay meccas in the world. And this is one of them.
Provincetown.
Yeah, right. That's one. Actually,
I went there on a boat when I lived on a ship.
Super
that was
fun.
our first
Fire
stop.
Island, another one. So maybe there's 3.
Yeah.
But Puerto Vallarta is like, it's the one spot where like you can be free and be safe. And you really do feel safe there.
Because I've heard that, you know, Mexican culture is not super.
Oh, it's super machismo. Like you have to be macho and like, especially Mexico City.
So I was surprised that you kept posting all these drag shows. So I'm like, I didn't think Mexico was legitimate friendly.
Oh, no. This is in this specific ordinance. Yeah. It's called the Romantic Zone, and it's a big little city. Yeah, it's just like the size of downtown St. Augustine. And it's you go bar to bar to bar to bar, and there's all these different drag shows, and which was so fun to see. I mean, they put so much work into them. It's not just,
they look like fun shows.
It's not just one queen up there with a microphone lip syncing. No, they're actually singing live, and they've got like live dancers, and there's pyrotechnics, and there's like.
It seemed a little bit like Vegas, where like they booked it for 6 months or whatever, and it was like big talent was there.
So I'm there like this giant puppy, like super excited this whole time, like, oh my God, I'm like freaking out. And then my friends are like, what is your problem? I'm like, we don't have this in North Florida. I haven't seen this in years. My God, it was so great. And like all the queens were so gracious and lovely. And there was one that was all Taylor Swift. I think I sent that to you.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. It just was cool to see them harness their craft. And I think what gave them the confidence is they're getting paid for it. And I think that was really cool to see too. Yeah. There was this giant poster at most of the bars that we went to that said, every cigarette that you have is gaining 1 year on Cher's life.
Does that mean Cher's sucking the life out of people?
I mean, Cher doesn't age. It's kind of crazy.
I mean,
Cher was big. Disco music
and fillers.
Disco music was. It's back. It's
yeah.
huge, and that was fun to see too. Like Donna Summer classics were pretty major. I love to see that whole movement. I mean, Olivia Newton-John. They did a lot of tributes to her.
That's cool.
So that was kind of fun to see too. Yeah. There was some dips and dives.
Any Grease?
Yeah, absolutely. Grease Lightning was great, and like there'll be dinner theaters and stuff that you could.
Birdcage told me you always end the show with "It's Raining Men." Is that?
Oh yes, me amore, absolutely. Right. Not every show, but like the ones that like the OJs. We found this really cool, like it's called the Social Club, and it was like a speakeasy bar.
Okay.
And like, there's some bars out there, like you're like, okay, like you don't want to like get it because you don't know, are you gonna walk into like a sling and a harness and a wing and a prayer? Like, you know, that's not me, honey. I'm Catholic.
That's not.
So
that's not my scene. So
no, but so like they because there's this like blog that for Puerto Vallarta and like where you want to go. They posted like there's this new bar that's opening up. You have to say the secret code word, and we're all like, girl, bye. This is like drop the soap kind of moment. I don't want this mess. Like, no, I don't need a back room. No, thank you. So anyway, we decided to try it, and I was like, if it gets creepy, I'm booked. I'm out of there, please. I'm 6'4". I don't want to deal with that mess. So you had to say the secret code word, and then it's like
what
a speakeasy. It was arriba.
Arriba.
All right,
so
arriba. So arriba, abajo, centro, adientos. So it's like that's what
I wouldn't get that.
Well, that's what your cheers is out there.
Okay.
So when they serve you a drink, you go arriba, abajo, centro, adientos. So it means like you're blessing yourself before you have the drink.
Slowly.
Oh, me too.
Sober.
It took me a long time. P.S. I do have to get into the story about my Spanish speaking. So we get to the speakeasy bar. It was this super cool. Like they took this like rundown house, like exposed brick, super cool, and like obviously they tricked it out, and like each room had its own vignette, all this different artwork. Cool. It was so, and jazz music was like through the air. I was feeling it. It was really fun. That was a really cool moment.
We actually found one at Moon Palace when we were there the last time. So the last time we went, we were supposed to go April of 2020. Obviously that didn't happen. But everything was open enough by August 2020. So during the summer, it was like, well, do you want to reschedule for August? And my dad was like, sure, we all need a vacation.
Absolutely. That was smart.
And it was before like there were any injection requirements or anything like that. But you did have to have negative testing, and the resort was like, we will provide testing for you. It'll come right to your room. You don't have to worry about anything. And if you get sick and you come back positive, then you get 2 weeks to quarantine for free. And we were like, can I lick the handles?
Where am I signing this up? Yeah.
I'll do this 3 weeks
can I
for the price of one.
I like that.
We did it. We took the kids. We had to renew 2 passports. And somehow we were able to expedite 2 passports. As soon as the passport office opened back up again, we expedited 2 passports. We got them back less than 2 weeks before we had to fly.
Oh, my God.
I had a backup babysitter for if the passports didn't come for 2 of my kids. Like, I was going to drop them off at my mother-in-law. My dad was like, well, Louis probably not going to be able to go, but they were doing distance learning. So he was able to zoom in on his computer.
Okay.
And so that's how he found it. He was trying to find a quiet place to zoom in for classes. There's a bookcase at Moon Palace that if you know the right book, the bookcase opens up, and then it's like a smoker's lounge, speakeasy, leather chairs.
Has this too.
So it was super cool. So he went in there and he did classes in there.
That is a great idea, though. I love that. And it was kind of like quiet.
But it was during the day, so there's nobody in there.
Oh, true.
Except for the staff who had to be there in case someone happened to find their way in.
Yeah.
And so, but my husband saw it on a map. And he was like, I'm going to find this place.
That is cool.
Because it was just like, I haven't heard anyone talk about it.
Right.
I've walked past that like 3 times and I haven't seen the
places,
door.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'm going to find it. And he figured it out. And so that's where he would do class.
I got to tell you, not that you have ample time to go out in St. Augustine, but Oddbirds has one of those secret rooms.
So don't they have 2 locations?
No, just
the one on Anastasia? Okay, so I went to the one on Anastasia a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But I didn't find the secret room.
Okay, so you're at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bookcase.
Okay.
And so like one of those bookcases, you pull the
door?
It's a door.
Or the book.
Yeah, and then you go into this room. Now they do I think once a month on Thursday nights, they do a silent disco from like 11 to 2. We're dead. Yeah. We're sleeping. But like they do like, where the headset, and you have no idea what the other person's listening to Megadeth, and you're like, I'm listening to Teen Bop. So like, but like they can just bop around. But they do a really cool job over at Ottbirds. That's a really super special moment. So,
they've always made delicious drinks for me.
I love an Ottbirds moment. Yeah. They got this one like whiskey drink. I don't know if you've ever seen it. They put it in a treasure box.
No.
And they like smoke it out and they bring it to your table. It's like $60, but I mean, like they bring it to the table.
You get to keep the treasure box.
Someone's gonna say it's not 60, Davey. It's 30. Well,
it's
regardless,
hyperbole.
I have 2. So
he's 6'4".
Right. They open up the treasure box and the smoke billows out. Mm-hmm. It's really like a cool, like dramatic moment. And like, there's your drink. Like, it's so awesome.
That's cool.
I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but yeah.
We went to a restaurant. I can't remember what it was. I think we were out of town. And my husband ordered like the fancy whiskey, and it came in a cloche.
Yeah, and like a thing, right?
All with the smoke inside.
Oh, I love that.
And we're all sitting there like, okay, bougie boy. And he has to like
2
take
payments.
it off and reveal, and it's like.
I'll tell you, the
it's like I Dream a Genie popped up.
It's like you have 3 wishes. Yes.
Right.
I had the weirdest drink I ever had was at the Cosmopolitan in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they make it anymore, but it is a margarita that numbs your mouth.
What?
Dude.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It was awesome, though. I was like, oh my God. It was like, you literally cannot feel anything.
You're sipping and it's just falling down your chin.
Yeah, literally, like, this is wonderful. Let me have another.
I cannot do that. Shannon said that when she bought the electric car, Beaver gave her 24 hours, and so she took it back, and she got a 4Runner.
Oh, that's my girl.
When I got this minivan, I was like, all right, since we're making this decision same day we walk in, we get 24 hours to change our mind, right?
Yeah.
And Coggin was like, no. And I was like, what dealership in the 20s say no on a 24-hour grace period? Like, I've heard about that since the 90s.
Maybe you should take my 4Runner. Like, honestly, it is my favorite. It is my favorite automobile. I do love it. Yeah. Maybe you can find one over at Bozard.
It's crazy.
So I will tell you, and I told Pete and I told Troy, which they didn't appreciate very much, but though she cannot swing an election, she did get me through customs very quickly, was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I wore my vigilante hoodie. And I went to customs. And by the way, the Dallas airport, if anyone is flying to Dallas Airport International, like just know that you're going to be there for quite some time. People were crying in line because they were missing flights. It was forever.
That's a lot.
Literally doing like anal cavity searches to make sure that
I did Dallas once.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
I did Dallas
2 dogs.
once with 2 little kids.
I could not imagine. I couldn't imagine that.
It was forever.
And they're not nice.
Yeah.
They could care less about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long story short.
Because you ain't Texan.
Right. Yes, this ain't Texas.
Wrong singer.
Wrong singer.
Taylor Swift.
But very close. Which we have to get to that too.
She keeps copying all of Taylor Swift's moves.
We're gonna get to that too.
Okay.
So customs. So I walk up with my vigilante hoodie, which is it's this exclusive Taylor Swift hoodie that just says Taylor Swift, and there's like all the concerts on that she from Paris store. Anyway, it pills too much. So tell Issa that she's not missing out much because literally I've washed it 5 times. I'm still having black pill everywhere.
Oh, gracious.
So customs goes, "Are you really a Swiftie?" And I go, "Hell yeah!" And he goes, "Do you have any food?" And I'm like, "Nobody, no crime," which is a Taylor Swift song. Yeah. And he was like, "Go through," and I was like, "That was the easiest customs I've ever been to. That was awesome. Just didn't want to deal with it."
That's hilarious.
Spanish, speaking Spanish. Okay. Normally I'm good one-on-one. Now I realize when I'm in a group setting, I am a hot mess. Okay, so my best friend's husband is Armando, and his family is all there. So they came over for Christmas Eve dinner.
Cool.
I made this like epic charcuterie board, and it was in the shape of a Christmas tree with
It's pronounced charcuterie.
Charcuterie on this show is charcuterie.
Charcuterie
board. And I took like the rosemary and made it like made it look like the tree in different levels.
Cute.
It was so cute. I took this giant cheese. What was it? It was like Gruyere or something soft. And I got a cookie cutter of a snowflake that was the star of the tree. Super cute.
All right.
It was a total hit. But like I choked up. Like I could not speak Spanish to these people. They don't know a word of English, by the way.
Okay.
So like literally I'm doing body
like
movements.
My in-laws.
and like Mamacita, Conchita was sitting there and she's looking at Armando. She's like, I thought he could speak Spanish. And he's like, he could yesterday. I literally it was the first time I ever felt like overwhelmed in a situation. I just couldn't do it. I was like, yo, estoy, David.
So I had a similar experience in Nicaragua. So as a newlywed, I've been a wife for like, I don't know, 6 months at this point, and my mother-in-law took my husband and me down to meet her family because that's where she hails from. And I have traveled in Mexico and Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. I've been to lots of Spanish-speaking countries, and my Spanish was good.
Yeah, me too.
Good enough in those countries.
I could get by myself, yeah.
But in Nicaragua, they speak so fast.
I know. That's the problem.
So fast.
Yeah.
And so I'm like trying, and then they just take off. Like they finish my sentence and then answer my question, but it's so fast that I'm like, okay.
I was like, yeah, ¿cuál es la contesta? Like, what is, I'm trying to pick out every third word. And she looks at me and like in the middle of their conversation, they're going, and she goes, are you getting this? I'm like,
no.
Verdad?
So my mother-in-law's sister, so my aunt-in-law, her husband is from Guatemala.
Okay.
And so he speaks English as well as Spanish. And so he's like, I'll just sit next to you. And I'm like, you're my favorite uncle now.
Oh my God. I was like, can I just put Google Translate?
So
Can somebody help me here?
It was before that. It was before smartphones. This
God.
was 2007, April 2007.
Yeah.
So there ain't no smartphones at this point.
Right.
And we didn't opt for the little like translator thing that you would type in, like the Palm Pilot.
Well, my best friend has like the earpiece thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he marries into the Spanish. Okay, here we go. He's not watching the show, so I can go here.
All right.
I'm going to spill some tea. Okay. Marries into the Spanish culture. Fine. They've been married 4 years now, and beautiful, wonderful couple. Honestly, it's a great marriage. But literally, Brian, I'm like, he's like done zero
to
learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Like sitting there with like literally the whole night, just sitting there going through reels. I'm like, buddy, like, are you gonna learn anything here?
You're
like,
communicate with your family?
Like, come on, like, are we gonna play Pictionary? Like, what are we gonna do here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah. What a piece of work.
I had a goal of learning Spanish so that I could speak to Louis' extended family.
Great.
But then I had kids and I never.
But I mean, so like they literally, so how did they start dating? Because Armando didn't know English in the beginning.
Yeah.
They were literally a Google Translate couple in the beginning.
It was just,
like,
I like
maybe
your look.
That's what I need.
I like your
maybe
look.
I need to like date a mute or something. Like I can just like talk like this. Like, okay, there's what I want to say to you. Yeah.
Text you so that you can tell everybody else. So yeah, that was interesting. Like I tried and thank you, Albert, for
right, when the moment is over, isn't that like a relief? You're like, oh my God.
Thank you so much. It's so stressful.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
When I go with my side of the family to Spanish-speaking countries, like I'm the star. Like I can order everyone's drinks.
I go to
can
the
get your
bar.
food.
I'm like,
I can explain the menu. My husband's eye rolling because I'm speaking Spanish with the accent, like rolling my R's.
Me too.
And my husband's like, you can just say thank you. You don't have to say gracias. And I'm like,
this is me. This is me. I'm more like even when I order Chinese food, like I morph into the person. I want to have number 5.
Well,
and
when I traveled through Europe, like people, I would pick up the accent.
Yeah.
So people, what little I could speak, they would just start talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm thinking it's respectful, but like
it's
apparently
un poquito. So like people would just randomly start talking to me in Italian or start talking to me in French. And like I can order and ask where the bathroom is. That's all I can do.
Yeah. Don't
I can say hi,
yeah.
but don't like go into your life story because I can't participate. I'm sorry. I'm empathetic and I care, but I don't understand. So I don't know. And my daughter can now, I'm not as good with accents as I got older, but Isabella she can pick up an accent. Like she won't even realize she's mirroring your accent.
Like that.
It's pretty wild. She wants to be an actress so bad, and that would work.
That could work. Well, she could do telenovelas.
If Hollywood
great.
wasn't so toxic, maybe
very
I'd be
dramatic.
okay with it.
Mexican Hollywood, maybe, or something.
She's unfortunately
Guatemala.
decided she wanted to be an actress after all the Me Too stories came out. And I was like, yeah, not so much.
I mean, that was like me too. So don't worry. She can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there.
God has a plan, right?
Faux show. Bobby.
Shopping was great.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. You know, like when you like go into a store and you try on, you're like, for me, it's always pants or
I don't
shorts.
even try stuff on anymore.
Well, I had to because I was in like this foreign country and I'm like, I'm not going to
we were in Peru and there were so many cute clothes, but Peruvians are tiny. And I'm like, I'm not even going to fall in love with anything because it ain't going to be my size. If it's not a shawl, it's not going to be my size.
I was super excited. So I grabbed the shorts that I saw that they're like these jean shorts. And I was like, okay, I can wear them for Letterman games or something. And like, that'd be great. So I grabbed like my normal size and I went, oh, it was too grande.
Oh,
and
baby.
I needed to get the 34. I hadn't been to 34 in forever. It was just, but it was a fluke. So like I went to that store and of course I bought them. I didn't even give a shit what the shorts looked like. I was just like, yep, buying them.
I had one size 3 dress because I put on the size 8, which was my size, and it was too big. And then the size 6, and I was still not fitting right. And the size 3 fit, and I was like, sold. I don't care what it is. I had one size 3 dress.
So if anyone's out there as a clothing designer, like seriously, if you size down
intentionally
on that, I'm buying it. Yeah.
Intentionally put one size or 2 sizes down.
Corduroy, it could be paper mache. I don't give a crap. Like,
emotional manipulation, but yeah.
So of course then I'm cocky. Then I go to the H&M and try on the new size that I think that I am. Wrong.
Not gonna happen.
No stretch in that either. Jesus.
All the weakest link.
Yeah. So all of a sudden I was up here and then I went right back down to
that'll do it. Coldwater Creek. Like I can still wear some
Coldwater Creek.
I can still wear some mediums I have from Coldwater Creek.
Yeah.
I love Coldwater Creek for that reason.
Yeah, it's the affordable
girl
vineyard
is not a
vines,
medium.
essentially. I mean, honestly, it's great. I love Coldwater Creek moment.
It's quality. I have sweaters. They don't pill.
Yeah.
I had a lot of stuff from Coldwater Creek, and they didn't last. I'm so sorry.
So big weekend.
Big weekend.
Jimmy Jam weekend. We had the great Jimmy Jam on Stoida today. We talked. There's this really cool moment called the Paul Bunyan Experience. Have you heard about this?
No.
There's like log sawing.
Sounds like
and like
axes.
Yeah, like well they're
all right.
They're sawing
Is
the logs.
Is it the doubles? The double saw?
Yeah. They're like on both sides.
I feel like we need to do a log.
I feel like one of those like strapping men needs to be on one side, and then I just want to be like, you know.
I want to be the strapping man.
You can do that. That'll be great. That'll be awesome. There's also like I think they like do like a log, like they're on the log and they're trying to balance. You know,
I'm not doing that.
No, we're not doing that at all. But like fun to watch, right?
It'll be like 32 degrees. Is it in a hot tub?
Is it in a hot tub? That's great. For Tim Gauze, we need the Paul Bunyan experience to be in a hot tub. That would be great.
Baby. Put the whole thing in a sauna. Paul Bunyan would go to a sauna.
Exactly. But we had Salt Run Barbecue on today, which is Dane Taylor. Awesome dude. And he talked about he's making Frito pie. Have you ever had this before?
Frito pie?
Girl.
Is it savory or sweet?
So it's savory. It's sort of like nachos. So like, obviously when we do People's Choice together, they're going to give you like a 2-ounce cup. But in real life, what they do is they'll slice a bag of Fritos open and make nachos
inside the Fritos.
It is literally like that is world peace right there. Like everything would be solved.
And then you get your Ozempic pill as a chaser.
They can take that to the next county, honey. Give it to Palm Coast. I want Frito pie all day, every.
Frito pie.
So good.
That sounds.
So I'm looking forward to it. Though.
My family would absolutely enjoy some Frito pie.
Frito pie. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a YouTube what it looks like.
Okay.
Seriously, so good though. There was a bar in the West Village when I was in New York, and that we would literally save up our money, just be like, let's go get Frito pie, let's go get Frito pie. It was called Cowgirl, and it was exactly what you think. It was like this Western saloon with a bunch of guys and you know
trying to be
chaps,
coyote,
you know, trying to get the tips and the cheeks. But I was like, I'm here for Frito pie. That's the pie.
Keep your chaps away.
Right, I need some Frito pie. I'm here for the food. Move.
Right. So Cowgirls has men in chaps?
Yes. I know. Isn't that
what else?
Well, it was more like cowgirl, like, you know.
Hey girl.
Yeah, it's the West Village, so you can only use your imagination.
Yeah. Probably not my kind of cowgirl. I'm guessing.
I mean, you would have fun.
I would have fun.
You would have fun. A lot of my straight girls like it because it's like you don't feel threatened. Like you're not.
It was very weird to go to a gay bar.
Yeah.
As like, I mean, I was kind of a looker a little bit in my teens and my 20s. And so I'd get hit on a lot at bars. And so it was super weird. It was like a hit to the ego because ain't nobody talking to me.
So that's Puerto Vallarta. And so I've taken some of my girls from here and then we would go over and like Tessa was like, this is so nice.
Yeah.
To just be like, not even considered. Like it's lovely.
If you're going to just like be and to not be talked to, then yes, that would be totally relaxing. If you're like not prepared to like bar means people hit on you.
Yeah.
Then it's a little bit of a thing to the ego.
Yeah.
Although I did get hit on in the girls' bathroom because there was a couple of lesbians. Of course,
definitely. Yeah.
They were very nice to me.
Very interesting. They usually have their own bar, but that's fun that they have a combined session.
It was Pensacola, Florida. So there was like a bar for the Legitimataqua. It was Emerald City, I think it was what it was called.
Oh my gosh, do I know this one?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had a former ice skater that worked at Bed Bath & Beyond with us. And he was like, I want to take all of you to the drag show at Emerald City. And then he bailed on us.
What?
So now we're just a car full of straight people.
Typical.
Like, we're going to a gay bar. Okay, cool.
So much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Mary's is fun. That's opening up again. And Jack's Beach, I'm not sure, but it's in Jack somewhere. That was closed down, I believe, to a fire. It was famous in Jack's Beach, but so that's always a good moment. And we have one here in the Floridian. They do a fundraiser for House of Prism, and it's a fun like drag brunch moment, which is always good. But they're wonderful shows. I think it's always good.
It's a fun energy.
Feel the fantasy.
I was not prepared for. He didn't like warn us. He didn't pregame us like what to expect. So I didn't know you were supposed to give money to the drag queens.
Oh.
So I had to ask somebody.
Fired gay. Sorry.
I know. Well, he bailed on us, so obviously.
Typical.
So yeah, luckily we were able to go to the ATM and get some singles.
Good. Because that's a moment. That's definitely something fun.
Yeah. And then we were all like, are you going to do it? And they're like, all my friends. All my friends are like, well, are you going to do it? It's like, I've never given somebody a $1 bill on a stage before. So like, well, I feel like we should, like we're here. And all my friends were like, you do it first. I'm like, fine.
You do it first.
They're not going to bite me. Like, what are they? I mean, unless I ask, but they're on the service industry.
So fun.
But yeah, that was an interesting night.
I believe so.
It was fun.
Probably one of the most enjoyable nights you've had.
It was very fun.
Colorful.
I mean, it was way more fun than Daytona Beach.
Yeah, definitely.
Had some guys like, oh, we need to go to some clubs in Daytona Beach. And took me and my friend down there, and we were like,
And a tetanus shot. Instead of Ozempic, they do tetanus down there.
Yeah, well, whatever gets you off.
God bless America, right?
Barbara Jean, that's probably the closest you're going to get to a stripper story this
That's
week.
very good, though.
Sorry.
I think she'll really appreciate that.
that was pretty close.
Is she here tonight? Is Barbara Jean here tonight?
I thought I saw her early.
I believed I tagged her in.
Yeah.
That's my new task.
Barbara Jean, if you're here.
Yes. Because Cool Kids Club is no longer.
Yes.
That got
Bobby's
pulled
here.
out.
We've got a lot of great people. Shannon's here. Thank you guys for all the comments.
Yeah.
And all the reactions. We love you.
So how's Mike doing? I saw him briefly this morning.
He's a little bit fighting a cold.
Okay.
But he's at planning and zoning, and he was anticipating planning and zoning to go until next Tuesday. So, it is what it is.
Oh, it's going to carry over to next Tuesday?
Just that it was going to be a long meeting.
Oh, he said it was going to be long this morning.
It's going to be a long meeting.
I was giving him construction pointers this morning, and he looked at me cross-eyed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you miter the corners.
Yeah. Rain mitigation. You want to raise that property up a little bit? He's like, which one? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm just saying words that I heard on HGTV.
Right. I know nothing. I just know the word mitigation. I like to say it often on the shows. Yeah.
And proper insulation. Homes on Homes is very big on proper. Homes on Homes.
Oh, like Homes Boulevard?
No. It's a show on HGTV.
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's a contractor. His last name
I have HGTV.
Homes. I don't even know if it's still on. I watched it like 10, 20 years ago when I had cable, but I haven't had cable for a decade.
Cable. No.
So I don't know. But he would like go into botched redo jobs or botched builds, and he would fix it.
Oh, like
he
plastic
would like
surgery.
Yes, he would diagnose. So it was like the plastic surgery show Botched.
Yeah.
He would diagnose the problem and then he'd fix it.
Yeah.
And so he would like educate about, why this is wrong. And so I thought he was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun show.
It's always interesting.
But I doubt he's the contractor's favorite person to see show up on set.
So how do you feel about the big announcement today with Trumpy Bumpy? He said that he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
I'm pretty sure he's just trolling to make people mad.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think that's
I don't really care
half
either
of
way.
what
to
he
be honest with you.
says.
Is that bad? Like, I don't really care.
I don't care. If he does, then it's just going to be Gulf America.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's all, we're all the Americas, essentially.
Yeah.
But, and then the beauty.
So when I heard it, I was like, it needs to be Gulf of Florida. Let's be real.
Kind of. That's where I kind of was. I'm like,
Gulf. But I know Texas would like arm wrestle us for it. But I don't care. It needs to be Gulf of Florida.
Ugh, good gracious.
You're from Florida, Trump. Come on, man.
Did you watch? Was it hard for you? I'm not sure if you saw this. I know that a lot of people are going to cringe on this question. Did you watch the Beyonce Bowl? Did you see any of that on Netflix?
No.
Oh, you didn't. You just didn't.
I never go into Netflix.
I love Floridians. And like, it was so cool to be in Mexico while this was happening because literally people were like, it's a party. We're going to go to Jason's condo. Everybody bring a dish. And it was like this 13-minute thing. And then we were done. And we're like, hey, we're done.
13 minutes?
It was 13 minutes.
Beyonce, the shade.
It was 13. It was literally, they paid her $20 million for 13 minutes. I mean, I would have taken that paycheck.
I mean,
right?
that's a better rate than... Well, let's do the math on that. How long was she on stage with Harris? And she supposedly got like 10 million?
Dance party with Beyonce.
I think Harris paid her better than whatever that was.
Probably. I don't know if that is even out there in the public? Probably.
She was supposedly got 10 million for her speech.
Supposedly she's now back to Beyonce Knowles and not really rocking the Carter because of the whole like thing with the Diddy and the Jay-Z. There's going to be a lot. The next 6 months is going to be interesting to watch this case.
It's going to be, I mean, that's a strange couple, in my opinion.
It always felt strange to me, too. Like, she felt like this goody-goody church girl. And, like, he's this, like, Doug from the street. I mean, that's what he calls himself.
It felt like Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown all over again.
God.
Because there was the age disparity and there was...
But she was a little hood rat, though. I mean, she was honest about that in New Jersey. That's who she was.
I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
All I knew is she sang in the church choir. She spoke about her faith.
She was a bad girl in the streets. Whitney! I love Whitney.
It happens. People do that.
So yes, we have some more pop culture topics that we will be unveiling over the next several months. I hear Bobby rolling his eyes as of right now.
I know, he's so excited. We love you, Bobby. Sorry to torture you. It keeps you relevant.
Yeah, that's all you have. Now you have a conversation with anybody at Publix.
Yes, when you're waiting for your sub or your cookie or whatever it is.
We learned something really cool before we go, guys. We learned something really cool about Publix today. So if you, on the pub subs, you can go to the like bakery aisle and grab your bread and they will make your sandwich from the fresh bread.
Look at that.
I learned that we had a Publix person or somebody who's really close to Publix today on the show. And she told us off camera, I'm like, oh, I want to try that.
Do that.
I think so. Think about that fresh bread. Yes.
Get your favorite roll because they always give you like the little scrawny Weasley roll.
I don't like it. It's just not, it just tastes stale to me. So that is part of their culture. Hack. That if you pull the bread out and be like, can you make my sandwich with this? They said yes.
Oh, I follow Schooner Freedom on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they had a little known fact. You know the puffball on top of your beanie? Not on yours or mine, but on top of beanies?
Uh-huh.
That was put there for sailors as a safety precaution because they were the first to rock the beanie because they were out to sea and it's cold and windy.
Okay.
And so they added the puffball on top to pad their heads when they're below deck because it's really tight and a wave comes and will knock you into the wall or knock you into the ceiling because it's super tight. And so it's padding to help keep your head protected.
I'm today years old. That is amazing. That's an amazing.
Schooner Freedom.
Love that.
Is on their Facebook page.
I love that.
Follow Schooner Freedom. They're a lot of fun on Facebook. I enjoy them.
Yeah, I enjoy you, boo.
I enjoy you, and I enjoy all of you joining us. Thank you for being here tonight while Mike's out, while we just talk, because we haven't gotten to see each other yet.
Wolfie Talk. This was a great show. Yes. I love that. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Fun. We'll see you tomorrow in the morning.
Mwah!
Tomorrow in the evening. Bye, guys.
Bye, boo.